Yes, people, what's going on? Dylan's filling the intro, man. Man's in a club or something. Man's in IB.
Best intro on YouTube.
No, that's crazy. You should have seen him in the thing. He's just like, yeah, that's a rhythm. Big up to each and every single one of you, man. Smash a like on the video. Welcome back to United V. Welcome to another episode of the Red Carpet.
Oh, wow, that was intense.
It was a bit of a drawn out one, wasn't it? It was,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think because of the Trinity, I think you wanted to put it right.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, mate.
Yeah. Because the Trinity was loud. Big up to Brad, big up to KG, big up to Dylan, big up to James. He's got the moustache popping off in Movember. I love that. He was telling us before about, 5 games or something, James, and stuff like this, you were saying? No? Oh, he wasn't saying that. Okay, he wasn't. He wasn't.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Not doing that. Look like Gandalf.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not doing that.
Oh, man.
It's gonna start doing the curlies and just
what are that?
Out.
Them people who have that. Yeah.
That's the guy from Sonic.
That's it.
Robotnik.
Robotnik, bro.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, wicked. Great film. Them 3 films are wicked, by the way. We're going to talk about Benjamin Sesko's knee injury. Hopefully, it's not looking too serious. That's going to be a big one. I saw Berbatov. Berbatov dropped a little. The knee injury might not be up to speed. He might not be quite. It wasn't like a Gary Neville thing. It weren't that, but it was like an alternative perspective from Berber when talking about Benjamin Sesko. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about, do United fans need to calm down? Is that what we need to do? I done a Flex's View this morning live. I really enjoyed it. It actually was good therapy. Everyone in the chat was mature. There wasn't any name calling. There wasn't any. No, and I'm not. There actually was. I'm actually being serious. No. I weren't doing a passive aggressive. No, I weren't doing Jurgen Fleck. I'm actually being serious.
One show I miss. You know what I mean? I've been screaming for it for the longest time.
I think you're the problem because it was a solo show, and
No.
He took himself out because he was like, "You're right." It did feel very like bring it. Owen, I'm not gonna lie, it felt good, bro. It just felt like what was needed. Everyone was on the same page.
He's having it now.
It felt like. So we are going to be talking about that as well. But Benjamin Sesko, though, and his knee injury, we saw him leaving the stadium, walking-ish. He wasn't in like the brace or he wasn't stretchered off. But Amrin was concerned afterwards. He said it in the interview that I was there in as well. I still haven't seen them quotes. There's only, you don't realize until you see like how much interviews they actually do after the game. And some don't even make it like into our realm. Like the TalkSport one that was recorded, and I was right next to Amrin when he said it. It's just 2 of us in the room. I was like, where are these ones? I haven't seen these being put out. I don't know. Maybe they're holding them back. But yes, he was concerned about it. He said, we don't know about it, but it is concerning. Whenever I see any injury, it's concerning.
Yeah, well, and also now today, all of these, it looks like United, to be fair, have briefed a lot of journalists. Basically, all of the journalists have reported at the same time. It's one of those ones where they say, yes, Sesko isn't going on international duty with Slovenia. He's going to stay at Carrington for assessment. But United don't think it's a major injury for Sesko at this point. I know there was a lot of discussion after the game on Saturday that, we're going to go into the January market and get another striker because Sesko might be out for a long period of time. Looks like Sesko is not going to be too long out. In fact, he might be back kind of right after the international break, perhaps. It might even be only a couple of weeks kind of thing. There was a similar thing with Leacher. They were like, what's he going to be doing over international duty? I think they said he is going to go to Argentina or with Argentina. Not going to play, but going to train, get some high intensity training, and he might be back after the international break as well. But with the Sesko one, right? Because and I don't know if you guys saw this as well. When he did go off against Spurs, there was a lot of anger towards him. Not only just because of maybe the performance when he came on, people were like, no, he came on, he wasn't that good, he missed chances, blah, blah, blah. But they were doing the clip of Wayne Rooney back against, is it like West Brom back in the day? Yeah, West Brom.
Yeah, saying he should have played on and that.
Then, look, it's only a couple of minutes, should have played on. And now I suppose the fact that he's out only a couple of weeks, is that going to help or hinder that kind of backlash? But maybe that goes into the second part of the title, which is, do United fans need to calm down? Is even when we don't lose, we will still find something to be completely and totally outraged for, over for a couple
It
of
feeds
weeks.
into. Do you know what it actually feeds into? I don't know if all of you have watched the Jason Wilcox thing on the Inside Character.
I have.
Yeah, I thought his segment was actually quite good. It was good, isn't it? And
it was good. It was good.
Where he said, well, you know, this club, he's paraphrasing, but this club is so big that even if we were top of the league by X amount of points, people would be like, no, they should be top by 10 points, not 7. Or, you know, obviously when we lose. And it is kind of true. Like there's always something extra that we should be doing. And on one hand, it's good because I suppose it's like your parents in it. You go, oh, look, I got an A. Why do you get an A-star? Like, try and get the best all the time. But on the other hand, it's like when it's like this and you're trying to build back yourself from the pits of hell and you're trying to take little incremental changes, it's really hard to do that when everything. Yeah, A's
still very good.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or even for us, we might be like we're no longer on a ungraded. We're not on U anymore. We're on a C. So like we're kind of the standards of this is an A star. I don't understand. So I did kind of see it, but thoughts, guys. The floor's open. Like this. Sesko
I'll jump in on the Sesko thing because when I saw it, I was like, I saw the miss first or the great tackle, the great.
It was just a good challenge. It was just a really good challenge.
I saw that first, but then obviously you don't get all the angles at first, then you get your first one in that way, and I was like, I could have done better. So you're looking at it like that's terrible, you know, and then. Obviously, you see what happens and you think, it's an embarrassment. You know, like if you make a mistake, so you start looking at the turf, you're checking the grass. I thought it was one of those, like, I thought he was doing that one, but he stays down. Then you're like, wait, oh man, he's actually injured. And you're like, but is that embarrassment? Is he like, I should have really, you know, now you're starting to hear, then you're thinking about what the seeds that have been planted, and they're dangerous seeds. You're thinking about like, all of a sudden, Troy Deeney's statement about strength and is he on it? Then you're thinking about Gary Neville's statement and you're trying to like read because that's
the Grimsby one. Remember Grimsby? Why is he taking the 10th penalty?
And then you're hearing about that he didn't want to compete with Havertz. All these things that have been said before now jump into the mix. But then after you do have to remember because you see him hobbling off later, right? And then you're like, he's still injured at the end of the game because some people acting as if he wasn't injured, bro. He's injured. You saw that mad walk he's doing the peg leg. He's doing the peg leg.
He's done the real peg leg. Yeah.
You're like, mate, that guy's injured. The only thing is, what we have to do though is this is when it comes to protecting our own, really, because
it's mad, isn't it, KG? Though, isn't it? Like he's not injured. He left the pitch out of embarrassment.
I didn't even know this was a take. I'll be honest. Maybe it's because I'm outside of the UK, but like I didn't. Maybe it's just because I just wasn't enjoying my weekend or something like that. But I didn't see this take at all. I didn't even realize this was a thing.
Well, no, because you know when sometimes it doesn't go their way, and then after
I know what you're talking about. Like on my boots, I got to relace the laces.
And then after there was, because I remember I was watching the game with Miles, and then Miles said. When he went off and left us with 10 men, he's like, I don't like that. That's it. That was exactly his lines. I don't like that he's done that. And I was kind of, in that moment, I was indifferent because I understand what happened to Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund, while he lacks ability, we stripped away his confidence and he became a shell of the player that we once brought in. And if we're not careful, we will repeat. I honestly feel that. We will repeat. Rasmus could still go.
Man. Well, now the tide's turning on Rasmus in Naples, isn't it? Already they're going.
I see that. Yeah,
good. You know what I mean? And that's also when you talk about narratives. That's when you got to be careful too, because Rasmus went to Napoli, scored a couple of goals early on. Suddenly it's United's the problem, isn't it? United's the problem. Every player that leaves, they go and get better. We're the problem, and then we don't pay attention for a few weeks after that. But that's it. Then he's great at Napoli now. And then you actually see, like, it's not going great at Napoli at the moment. Conte's doing his second season, threatening to quit, all that kind of stuff. And they're going, that Højlund guy needs to be a bit better. I'm now worried about
Rasmus.
I'm saying the point is,
Rasmus back.
No, but the point is, I think what we have to look at is trying to look after our players, though. The one thing that we struggle to do at Man United, of anyone that's coming, we saw how quickly the jury was out on Ugarte. Now we can say how you feel about a guy. That's up to you. That's whatever. But I'm saying how it's quick, right? Like even out there yesterday, Cunha annoyed me a bit. Cunha annoyed me a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, he should have came off earlier.
But then at the same time, you have to remember, look, this thing, as you said, you perfect show this morning, we have to chill out a bit. You know what I mean? Just on, there has been progression. I saw James in the group and he's like, mate, look, we're above Liverpool right now and was 15th. I thought our manager going to be sacked in November. And we're not talking about him losing his job. I know that's probably silly progression, but that's progress. And we're scoring goals. We scored out of the top two or three teams. We scored as many goals. That's progression. You know what I mean?
Concede a lot as well.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I think personally, we have to batten down the hatches and support our player. You got Liverpool fans saying Wirtz is going to come good. They haven't totally given up on him, yet we're getting mad at Sesko. That's crazy.
United fans just need to just calm down. So yeah, I'll let Bradley go first. But
yeah, no, that's true. Bradley, what are you saying? Are you calm, or do you see some sort of, I don't know, how are you feeling? What's going on?
Well, it's a good job you're not asking me on Saturday, because my head was on Mars during the game. But now I've got a calm look at it, because if I'm being honest, I was absolutely raging during the game. And the commentary did not help, listening to Ali McCoist and Darren Fletcher just chat absolute rubbish.
They were standing right in front of you as well. That's so bad. They just looked so happy, but what was actually coming out, you was just like, no, what were they saying? What were they doing?
They were just chatting absolute tripe. And then the game was awful. And I felt like I was being tortured. But the game, like, I'm calm now, but
why are you calm now? What makes you look at it? Why are you calm now?
Because I checked out I didn't watch any of the other football matches. I checked out because I was absolutely fuming during the game. Because the game management from the manager was terrible. Like, we're unbeaten in 5 games, but the draw papers over the cracks for that performance.
I'm ready to argue about that today.
We'll get there. No, we'll get there because everyone was cussing the subs and all of that. Yeah. Why do you reckon? What was the game management? What was it for you? Or the starting team?
I didn't agree with the starting 11. There was 7 changes pretty much to the team. De Ligt got moved to right-sided centre back. Harry Maguire got moved to central centre back. Dorgu came in at left wing back. Mazraoui came at right wing back. Mbeumo went to left 10. Ahmad went to right 10, and Cunha went up front. That's 7 changes. That was too many changes for my liking, from a team that didn't really need to be tweaked that much. And then also you broke up the Ahmad and Mbeumo partnership on the right-hand side, which I didn't understand. And to play a flat back 5 sent a message of that we're going to sit back and be negative. And I felt like Tottenham were there for the taking. And we 1-0 up, and during the first half, I was proved right that Tottenham were there for the taking, because they were toothless in attack. And then the second half happened, and they had some more shots, and Lamens did really well, I thought, but they were still toothless. And out of nowhere, we make a triple substitution. But 5 minutes before that, Mazraoui had to come off, but he shouldn't have started. It should have been Mazraoui. It should have been Ahmad at right wing back, and keep that Ahmad and Mbeumo partnership going on the right hand side. However, 5 minutes later, you made that triple substitution, which means 4 subs in 5 minutes, completely killed the game for us. The whole momentum, in my opinion. The Maguire one I understood because he was injured, but the Agate and Dalot substitution made no sense.
Casemiro asked to get sent off, asked to come off, though. Casemiro, this is the other thing, is Casemiro said to Amorim, take me off. So that was another forced one, and we lost our 2 strongest players against a team that were hammering our box.
And I think when the game was going on, to me that didn't feel like coming out of nowhere. To me, that felt like, Cunha, like you said, didn't play well. Should have probably come off earlier. In retrospect, like you said, Maguire injured, Casemiro injured, Dorgu. He is so erratic, and him on a booking, he would have got sent off.
Yeah.
Have you seen when the ball comes to his feet? He has no idea what he's going to do with it. No idea.
He had a good second half.
He had a good second half. He's on a booking.
Defensively, he was good, but attacking, he wasn't.
But he's on a booking. So I look at those and I said, who else are you going to put on at left wing back? We haven't got many.
I still think you end up in this situation with this where it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. You know, United were up against 3-0 against Brighton, made subs that people were like, oh, that's fine. And then we concede 2 goals. And then Nottingham Forest, we don't make subs. We should have made more. Tottenham, we make subs. We shouldn't have made as many. I get it. It's hard. But I think a lot of it, what it speaks to is just that this is just where we are, you know, like we've got inconsistencies in the team, inconsistencies in the squad. We've got some, you know, some young players, some too old players, we don't have enough of like, you can't take Casemiro off and bring on young Casemiro. It would be nice if we could, but we don't have anybody even like Casemiro on the bench. We've tried Kobe in the 6, concede goals. We tried Ugarte in the 6, we concede goals. It doesn't work.
Is Casemiro injured?
You know? Yeah, he asked to come.
It was a knock, so it was
apparently
it was a heavy knock.
And
I think his leg was just dead.
Was I think even worse. If Maguire's on the pitch, I don't think we're conceding. He was so good. He's so good defending the box. Good. I don't think we concede if Maguire can stay on the pitch. You know, he wasn't there against
goals though. Do you know what I mean? Like the one from Tell was like even De Ligt. You saw De Ligt just nodding like you got away from me there. Man. Now, there could have been a bit better with Euro and Luke Shaw in terms of cutting off the ball getting in. And Ahmad, you talk about Ahmad moving players. Ahmad has to block that cross before it gets there. They talk about
that. That's why he didn't start. That's why he didn't start there. We put Dorgu out there to stop crosses, and he did really well at that all game. He was shutting that crossing lane off because Spurs cross more than anyone else in the league, right? And that's where we concede a lot of goals is off crosses. They did well narrowing that. Mazraoui and Dorgu did, and that's probably why that selection was made. I like Ahmad out wide almost every game. I want him out there, but I actually thought it worked fine. Those changes, and when Mazraoui comes off, Ahmad goes out there. We concede because to a degree because Ahmad doesn't close the cross.
Yeah, Odegaard was getting past him quite a bit.
We're identifying really here a personnel issue. I think. I don't think it's a Ruben Amorim issue. I think that I agree with James that he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. He makes 3 subs that you should be able to make it 3-0 against Brighton. We concede that's Amorim's fault. He doesn't make substitutions against Nottingham Forest. He gets criticised even though we do equalise there. And the ones I say in that game at the weekend. Of course, a different situation, they're different games. But I think what we're identifying is if you take Casemiro off, we've barely got control over the game anyway. We don't have a like for like to bring on. We mentioned wing backs there. Yeah. We don't have wing backs that can do what wing backs should be able to do. So I think it actually puts a bit more pressure on Ineos to go, actually, you know what, January, you need more. Ironically enough, for a team that plays once a week, we don't actually have great depth. Once we make a couple of subs,
not in quality.
Not in quality.
Not in continuity as well. There's no continuity. It's different players. Not even they're different, even if they're good.
Marcel's just come through. Big up, Marcel. He just walked into
the line. He's alive. He's alive.
Big up.
What are you saying, man? That we kind of stumbled onto the. We were talking about Sesko a little bit. Then we've come across the second bit, which is like about keeping calm, and then obviously Bradley was just saying, if you missed it, he was like fuming with Amorim, like the game management he was fuming with, and now he's calmed down, etc. And then I think you heard the rest of it. Like, where are you at the minute?
Didn't Marcel last week say Casemiro always asks to come off? Was it him who said that?
Yeah. And he did. He's a 60-minute guy. He's a 60-minute man. There you go.
Yeah. And lo and behold, it's what happens in the game. So I do these things, but just on Sesko, I think I'm getting a bit worried at his mentality. Like, he's not there at the level and the mentality required to play at the top level yet. Like, we have to give him time.
Marcel was
How do we know that
of Sesko after what game was it? Marcel, was it the Brighton game? Or Forest game. He was really critical of Sesko, and him and DJ got into a big argument. So
why are you saying? Why? Like, yeah, what are you saying?
It's those critical opportunities in front of goal. It's his poise in front of goal. What he's offering for his demeanor, or what we see with the eye, like the way that he looks. We think we got a monster or potential monster, but he's playing a bit like a cat. Like a pussycat. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's on 2 different sides of the spectrum right now. The way that he's behaving and the way that he's utilizing his body, the areas that he's taken up, it's just not what I thought it would be it takes time to fill the Man United shirt. It takes time to be under the pressure of the ambience. It takes time to be under pressure of the demands of winning every single game, getting every single action correct. So I understand, you know, the process of it, and I understand it's going to take time. I'm actually going to give him this season. You know, I'm just going to point it out. I'm just going to say, look, guys, this is something to be alarmed at. Yeah, I'm going to point it out, but I'm not going to say, oh, he's done. You know, we give him the season to try and fill the shirt. But already I'm looking, you're leaving your teammates a man down. That for me. I've seen Rooney. As soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, I've seen Rooney come out and under ton. And what it is that sometimes it's almost like when you do a fitness test and then you stop and then you get the rest and you have a drink of water and you think, oh, I could have maybe gone way hard. I'm not dead. The world's not ended. I could have gone again. I could have offered something more. I could have stood on the pitch. I'm pretty sure Drogba limp around.
But I think comparing him to Rooney is a bit.
It's not fair.
Because
it's not fair.
Rooney weren't even normal. Like Rooney's on the bus with the men, and even what's his name? Who's Kevin Campbell and them like looking at him like, what's he doing there? And they can't believe it. Like they think it's on a mascot thing. He's no mascot. That's like an outlier. When we talk about Rooney, he wanted to play ridiculous. That's a different level.
Rooney squaring up to Patrick Vieira at the age of like 18. You know, a hybrid. You know what I mean?
Also as well, Rooney's career died in his early 30s. Like we're talking about a guy obviously who gave everything for the badge. Like realistically, if your knee is feeling like you can't run, then don't keep playing, because if you just start injured, I've got knee injury at the moment. It's been like this for like 6 weeks. It's an injury. Like, yeah, you can fight for the badge, keep going like Wayne Rooney has, but at the same time, Rooney his career spiraled off when he was done by the time he was like 32, because of all these times where he probably played through his injuries and things. And like Marcus Rashford for ages, he was looking bad at this. I do agree, Sesko's looked a bit like he's lacking a killing edge at the moment, but I'm happy you said like at least give him the season, give him some time to actually learn and understand that. But I do think like the Rooney, comparing him to the Rooney and all this stuff is a bit overkill.
Yeah, we can't repeat the Xerxes stuff, can we? Last season, we weren't really quick on Joshua Xerxes last season, or at least parts of the fan base did last season. Like to the point that when he got subbed off in December against Newcastle after like 30 minutes, like he goes down the touchline crying and all this kind of stuff. This is the same Xerxes that a lot of people are saying, because they're saying he needs minutes now. Xerxes needs minutes. It's the same guy that again was written off very quickly last season, wasn't it? So I agree with Marcel in the sense of there might be concerns about Sesko. Clearly not the finished article. I think that's fair to say, but it's not to say just because it's November now that he can't come good. Of course he can.
I do want to back Marcel up on that point though about Sesko, because I remember seeing it was interesting that, like you say, you look at him because he's 6 foot, a million. He's huge. He's fast. He's got all of these physical traits, and you think, yeah, he's going to be a monster. Like he's going to be in the box, and he's going to be beating people up. And I remember when I looked at him, the one concern I raised, I said, guys, like, it's really funny because I did a video and somebody clipped up my voiceover and put it over a montage of Sesko scoring great goals. And I was like, well, you've missed the point that I was making here, which is I said
context on the internet.
I said he's got to do more striker things. That's what he's actually not great at yet, is doing like real number 9 things, like in the box, elbows, grit, fighting players, scoring a lot of these scrappy type of things. And you look at his size and all of that, and you think that's the type of player he's going to be, when really he's just not been that guy over his career as of yet. He's mostly been playing in spaces, dropping deep, linking up play, the things we've seen him, I think, do quite well at for United, but not quite be the scrappy number 9 that everybody's looking for yet in these tougher situations and these physical matchups. He got beat up by Forest last week. He got handled by them. I'm not saying he's been bad either, mind you. Okay, I'm saying what he's got to improve at is like he's got to improve in using his size, his frame, his body to be more of a real number 9.
Bullied. He gets bullied in game.
What we have to understand though is, well, there is, because we can almost assess him and say a lot more bad than it is good. When there's a lot more good than it is bad, he has to work on the striking element. Finishing is what he has to, or getting the shots off faster. But him linking the play and other players getting going, because when he comes on, we do create them chances. When I saw Cunha in that 9, I weren't getting those, like the clear cuts that he got too. that came through, and it was like you can use him as a guy to like build off in a sense.
We're better with him on the pitch. We
are though. I agree with that too. Like I'm not even saying he's been bad, even the slightest. I actually think he's been better than I expected. But this is the area it does have to improve upon, like the killer instinct and all of that for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, those I think the areas that he needs to improve on are areas that you can improve on. This is the issue with Højlund, was that the areas he needed to improve on were that he was way too one-dimensional. This is what we're seeing at Napoli at the moment. Now it's like he was a pretty some of them, but like he was a fairly one-dimensional striker. It was you can get him behind and he's got pace and he's got a good shot power. That was kind of it. It was like some of the other things that Højlund wasn't doing, it almost felt like he could never be able to do. Whereas some of the stuff that Sesko I think needs to improve on are things that you improve on with time and training in the gym and just time on the training pitch, which is why personally I'm not worried. Like Amram said he's not worried about Sesko and he reckons Sesko's going to be absolutely fine. Like that's how I see it.
Come in though. This is why if I'm Xerxes, I'm licking my lips at this, because while he's the competition, he hasn't done enough to say that shirt's truly his. So if now Xerxes, I know he's probably, I don't know how much he wants to move, and if there is an injury, he shouldn't be able to start. Xerxes should be doing the most to get the shirt now as the number 9. I know he's not a 9, but he has to understand those 2 10s, that's their position for now. Getting where you fit in, bro. Hold up the ball and just give what he's giving. And if you can add goals to that, well, you've done more than him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get an opportunity. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity.
Yeah, he's third place right now, just to piggyback off what Flex is saying. And then they're both not those last line strikers. Someone like Højlund, Robbie Fowler, Alan Shearer, they're not doing that. I'm literally with the very last defender that's the furthest back on the pitch, and I want to tap in. He's always waiting for that cutback. He's always waiting. He's like, let the other midfielders run into that. Let your 2 10s, let your midfielders run in and arrive for the cutback. You go on the last line, anything across that 6-yard box, you tap in. He's not got that killer, absolute killer. He's not that. And that's something that you have to build within mentality. Some people just have that mentality and others sometimes don't. So I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, wow, I really wanted a Harry Kane. I really wanted an Ivan, man that have proven that they bag in this league, proven that they bag it. Whereas he right now is not looking like he's proven that he's going to bag. And then when we needed you, I would have limped on the pitch and just occupied 2 centre-backs for 10. I'm asking you, for 10 minutes.
I don't know, man. With the knee, bro. I think
you wrap it up, Fleck. You wrap it up, KG. You just wrap it up, and then.
But Marcel, he could have been complete. He was unable to walk. He was barely able to walk.
It was too quick. No. That was the quickest sprint off the pitch I've ever seen. It's not limp and sad and crying. No. It was I'm done. I had a clear one-on-one, and I had another clear opportunity. And you know
I just want to get the hell out of here now.
No, you know that's not true. You know that's not true.
You're finishing that for me, though, Fleck. I'm not saying you just want to get out of it, but it's just you get it. I want 1,000% hunger.
Yeah, so you don't think he's committed? Are you questioning his commitment?
I'm questioning his mentality, not the commitment. How insane are you for this? How insane? You have to be crazy, delusional, insane. I'm going to.
But what are you actually claiming that he did? Are you claiming that he decided he was coming off to leave us with 10? Are you saying that he saw it and went, you know what, I'd rather not, and just left? Is that what you're saying he did?
I'm saying he knew that it would. If I leave this pitch right now, I think we're in a losing position, and I'm just gonna, it's more about myself. I'm preserving myself. Whereas my team are going to be 10 men, one less player, and there's almost no hope for them to come back into this now.
If he had stayed on the
pitch, and then he decided to leave because of that.
It's not even that. I'm thinking he's thinking more of himself, whereas he's come on the pitch to deliver something that he didn't deliver. I would have tried to stay on the pitch and offered as much.
What are you saying, Bradley? Hold on, Bradley was just going to come in there. Bradley, what was you going to say?
Let's say he got a bad injury and he really badly injured his knee and he was out for 6 months. What's that 10 minutes to being out for 6 months? We don't have a recognised number 9. I actually feel sorry for him in a sense. I think he's in a similar boat to what Rasmus Højlund was last season, where he's the only recognised number 9 at the club. And really, who's he got to look up to? So for me, even in January or the summer, I'd be bringing in an experienced number 9 to help
Really?
Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah, you agree with me there because I feel like KG was kind of against it when I was mentioning it. But we do need an Ivan Toney, Harry Kane. It's just really easy to see. But Xerxes there, also what KG's mentioned. There's another human being that can play up in the. And by the way, he's third in the pecking order, guys. Cunha's also there. So again, by the way, let's see. Yeah, I don't either. I know you was talking just then about Sesko getting opportunities, but that's when Mason Mount's in the 10 and Cunha's in the 10. It has nothing to do with Sesko playing on the pitch because he doesn't even get enough touches on the ball, guys. Part of the argument that me and DJ were having, Owen, was I was saying the Donny needs 30 touches. And sometimes to get 30 touches, you need to scream at a man. You need to demand this ball now.
But with the injury thing as well, who's to say that it was a decision that wasn't even made for him? You know, all of this stuff about, you should stay on. What if the medical team come on and go, I don't know about that. You need to come off it.
I don't think you can anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How often?
Quite a bit.
I guess it's the same with concussions or whatever, where they say it's out of the player's hands, basically. Like, obviously they'll try to say, no, I can come on, I can stay on. But in the same way we're praising Ruben Amorim and his staff for keeping injuries down, it doesn't seem very likely they're going to then risk someone who goes, I tell you what, I don't know if I can walk. I've done my knee here. I'm not sure about that. They would say, come off. And also, this goes to KG's point earlier on, is we're a bit too quick just to kind of knock them all down, aren't we? Straight away, we're just a bit too fast of like, you didn't, die on the pitch for us today. How dare you, kind of thing. It's a bit like it's like the result in general, isn't it? Of going, it's a poor game. It was and should we have won it? Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, when you take a step back and you go, look, it's 3 wins, 2 draws. We're a point off, European spots at the moment. And actually, when you look at the table, like 11th's a point off 4th or whatever. The whole top half is so tight that we do just kind of need to calm down. We're just looking for something.
Have you noticed
something all the time?
The conversation definitely changes. I remember playing Sunderland, and I was told by everybody, they're going to drop in the table. They're not that good. Relax, it's just Sunderland. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, Arsenal can draw with Sunderland, and and Chelsea can beat them. And all of a sudden, Sunderland is now a hard place to go. Sunderland's this, Sunderland's that. You weren't saying that when we played them. When we played Brighton and we had to deal with that hoodoo that they have over us, it was because they said after Liverpool, you guys, you got up for a big game in Liverpool.
Yeah, what are you going to do next?
Yeah, because Liverpool hit the post 3 times. There's always going to be don't get excited because you didn't deserve to win that game anyway type vibe. If Liverpool scored, if they didn't hit the post, they would have won. Okay, but you know what game's going to test you? Brighton. If you do something against Brighton, because I don't think you can win, we win that game. And the narrative it will just continue to change. So we have to now almost push back at the noise that's out there, really, with because we should really enjoy that Sunderland win. They're a good side. And we stopped them from playing football. We stopped Brighton from playing football, and we stopped Liverpool. The credit's never going to come our way. And then after now, what the team is showing, even in that game against Spurs, yes, we messed it up a bit. We messed it up near the end. But then to show the character to get back into that game with 10 men, usually we're not going out of there with nothing. And that's the difference. This is where the team is transforming, and we are in the early, as Marcel likes to say, in terms of up relegating. I mean, was it not up relegating? Regulate. My bad. We are now in the first phase of this Amorim thing. We are now stepping into bringing some better signings. We're still gonna drop points. We're not gonna be on point. We're still gonna lose games. But I'm now feeling like I'm seeing something that I can be a bit hopeful about.
We ain't gonna win every game. You know what I mean? We're not gonna win every game, are we? And the fact that we haven't lost in 5 is pretty damn good.
That's
and as bad as Spurs,
and we're 4th since the end of the transfer window. 4th. Since the end of the transfer window.
As bad as Spurs are, they're in and around it as well this season. It's going to be tight, isn't it? And we're still
level on points with us.
We can't be lost. We're still not great. You know what I mean? So the fact that we're in and around it, is where we should be.
Can I?
Hold on one sec. Let me get these super chats.
Cool.
And then come through. Super Art says an option to bring on Heaven, then move Shaw to left wing back. God. Shaw left wing back in 2025, bro. He can't run up and down.
I'm here for it.
Honestly, don't get me wrong. He has a couple of surging runs where you go, bit of a throwback, but
Let him stay uninjured until he gets 20.
James got money on
I got my, gotta redeem my coins on that one.
Yeah.
We're more than halfway there somehow. And it's early November.
It looks like it's gonna happen, mate. But Alessandro's nearly back. Strep Footy says today, knowing what we know now, hypothetically, would you have paid Osman $350 to $450 a week?
Yes.
Because of what you're saying with Sesko.
But it wasn't that. It was 600. But
it was a lot more.
It was 600.
That's a discount. That's a huge discount.
Yeah, it was 600. So the question is pointless.
As a Nigerian, Osman be missing chances. Osman be missing some gilt edge ones. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but he can be frustrating as hell, bro.
If you play for United, it'll be, what's he wearing that mask for? What's he trying to hide? Take the mask off. How strong are you? You're not strong enough.
He's a coward. He doesn't want the world to see him.
Yeah, we hide him behind the mask. Who does he think he is? Phantom of the Opera. Terrible.
Eliza says, team is growing. Enjoyed KG's Delit prop on Filthy. Was you?
They said that he's not. They said they put everyone above him. There's Kanate above him. Everyone's better than Delit. It's disgusting. That it was
the best centre back in the league.
They said he's not even in the top 10. Don't bring him in.
See stuff like that's being, it's just being silly. Just don't like Man United. Just don't like Man United, bro.
That's what I said. I said, you just hate us. That's all.
So what, Chelsea? So what, all like Adebayo and what's his
name?
They
put mad players ahead of him. I'm telling you, Kanate, they put mad players ahead of him, bro. Romero ahead of Delit, bro. Yeah, they started getting crazy. They started getting absolutely.
He should have been sent off too, by the way, Romero. He should have been on the spectrum. He should have been off. He was so bad.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. Like Mike says, same fan base wanted Xerxes sold after one game. I refuse to write off a striker after a few games. Super Arch says, Marcel, would you rather Sesko be on the ground and not get the chance at all? Van der Ven made a good defensive play. Can't count that as a missed chance.
No, I think the opportunity happened first, and then he pulls up in the injury second. I wouldn't rather any of our players on the ground, but if they were on the ground and they're willing to suffer for 10 minutes, I would have greatly appreciated that. That's all I'm saying. And I'm still giving him the season to perform. I'm still giving him the season.
Counter argument.
I'm still giving him the season to perform.
I've got a good counter argument to that. You know, when Arsenal finished 5th and they bottled the top 4.
I think that's happened a lot of times, Bradley.
I mean, which season?
Yeah, that's happened a lot of times.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Arsenal played a game and Thomas Partey got injured in the 80th minute, and Arteta pushed him back onto the pitch and made him play the last 10 minutes.
That,
he was out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I remember that.
I do remember that. Yeah.
So, and if he'd just gone off the pitch, maybe it might have been a different story. They might have got in the top 4 that season.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have Sesko for the rest of the season than not the 10 minutes.
1 minute your narrative 1 minute your narrative is based on him leaving for 6 months, and the next now is on him potentially obviously staying for the rest of the season. I think regardless, obviously as a striker, it's a bit different. I'm asking you to chill on the very last line of the defense. You're not doing the industrial business-like work like Thomas Partey would have been doing in the midfield, running a lot. I'm asking you to occupy 2 centre-backs so they can't keep passing side to side and retain and recycle possession.
Do you think
each position has a different amount of running and a different role required?
But
how we ended up back here?
Do you remember which centre-back he was playing against? If Romero sees Sesko's got a bit of a knee injury, do you not think that Romero's going to snap him in half?
No.
You think Romero's going to look at that knee and go, "Oh, I've got a nice boot here you can have," and then smacking his knee in it?
And Van der Ven as well.
And we're still searching for the goal at that point, right? We're still searching for the goal at that point. So it's not even a case of occupy space because we're defending the lead. We're actively chasing a goal, aren't we? So he's by proxy, he's going to be involved. He's going to be involved. You know what I mean?
We're not trying to see it out because we're 1-0 up.
No, exactly.
Let me get these super chats out.
Him being involved helps, guys. Him being involved helps. It's really simple to understand.
Not his knee.
Really
I just think
he's only got one leg.
Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Conor O'Reilly says Rudy was the toughest player ever. Don't compare. Like Mike says, Marcel is a toxic fan. Sorry. No player should play. I wouldn't say that. No player should play injured to prove passion. Then hint that he faked an injury because he is a coward. Maybe they might think you're being disingenuous to him because they're feeling like you said you're questioning his mentality, isn't it? You said that. That's what you're questioning.
Yeah.
I think like Mike just disagrees with you, but you're definitely not a toxic fan.
Words can't hurt me now. I've been here for too long, guys.
Correct. That is very, very true.
Nothing about Marcel.
Strepfleet says, I understand Marcel. There is a demeanor of a striker that is ruthless and willing to die for goals and let his teammates know. Sesko doesn't have that ruthless bagman outlook. And that's what, listen, we have agreed on the things that he has to improve on, like that deadly streak. Like, yeah, 100%. I do look at him like as quite a big guy, like thinking he should be sort of flinging defenders off, or people should be bouncing off him. But actually, when we've had the privilege now of having a look at him in our team week in, week out, I did actually assume he was that guy. Maybe through naivety or not watching him week in, week out in the Bundesliga. But from the clips and from what I see of Sesko, I thought, whoa, boy, 6'5", you wait. People are going to be bouncing off him. And then he comes in, you're like, oh, he's actually really young and raw. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because he's been spoken about really highly in transfer windows.
For years as well.
Yeah, for years.
But then
but he's more raw. He's more raw than I thought he would be.
Yeah, but then
which is fine.
We were aware the one, because it was him or Ollie Watkins, right? That was what we was talking about before, right? In terms of a player to bring in. Ollie Watkins was high on everyone's list, and that was tried and tested. And you'll say in the Premier League before, like last season, he was one of the better strikers that you would think of. He'll be in the top 5.
Last 5 years, scored double figures.
He'll be one of the top 5, right? But then again, now we went for the development one. That's why some people didn't want him, really, because it's like we've just done Rasmus on the development and we're bringing in a new development guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But we kind of knew what this was, though, is why I'm like...
Oh, we still upgraded, though.
Yeah, he's a total upgrade. But I think us not understanding what we knew we was getting this. That's why people were mad about, why are you doing a big outlay? Have you learned from the last one? Like, how many goals has this guy scored career-wise? He's not like the most ruthless finisher. So we knew it weren't Harry Kane. We knew it weren't Osimhen or any of the other gunmen.
We knew it's not a finished article. We knew it doesn't finish article.
Yeah.
Marcel, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, I thought, though, KG, it was the perfect player for the system. But Ollie Watkins, when I think about Ollie Watkins now, and I think about Gyökeres, and I think about the Moments FC nature of the way that we're set up right now, because what Ruben's doing is what Ole's done and what Ten Hag's done. It's like he can't get his system to operate at its optimal level with everyone ultra attacking. So he's gone ultra defensive first, protect here first, and let's do our counter attacks. But we've got a man that can't lead the line in all of its essence. He can't lead it. He doesn't demand the ball enough. He doesn't go to get the football ball enough. He doesn't create plays enough. He doesn't stand on the last line for tap-ins enough. He doesn't bully strikers enough with all that presence. So it's like, there's not enough. But I could see Ollie Watkins bundling through challenges. I want to take on the shot. I'm going to be ultra greedy. I've got the ball outside the 25-yard. I'm going to...
Watkins has one goal.
Watkins has done all that, in previous time. Whereas Sesko, I'm just not feeling that.
How many goals has he got?
Huh?
How many goals has Watkins got?
One in 16 games.
Oh yeah, but that's right now though, Dylan. I'm talking about, especially when Watkins, I'm talking about the previous Watkins on years. When you look at his catalogue of goals and what he can do within the Premier League, I see someone that can lead the line a lot better than what I've seen in the very short sample size of Sesko in the Premier League, and even his record, like what Katie's talking about.
But there's also the thing of Sesko is now he's not got the same role as Højlund in the way of he's not the only striker Amorim is using, for example. Sesko is being played in games that suits him, and then Amorim is also playing Cunha in games that he feels suits Cunha, right? So it's not like Sesko is suddenly going to be playing like the role that Højlund had to play, where we only had 3 attackers. It was Garnacho, Anthony, and Højlund, and they were all leading the line, and that was it. Sesko is an option at the moment, which is, I think, how Amorim should be doing it. In that Sesko is playing some games where we feel he would benefit us, but in other games, such as away from home against Liverpool, away from home against Spurs, you think maybe he's not, as you say, he's not the finished article, and it might not be the world's best game for him because he needs to get a bit stronger, he needs more core strength, he needs maybe a bit of lower centre of gravity to be able to deal with people like Van de Ven and Romero or De Ligt. Van Dijk and Konate. But one thing I did want to say, I know we're talking about Sesko and the injury and everything. It's not been mentioned about what Fabrizio Romano said earlier today. is that United don't see it as like a 6-month injury, but it's potentially going to take a little bit of time. And in the meantime,
I don't think he'll be back
United,
right away after the break. Yeah,
he won't be. He will be out for a few weeks at least, I think. But and then United are set to hold discussions with Xerxes and his agents once they know a time frame regarding Sesko. So it does look like Xerxes could be coming back into the fold. Should it be like maybe a month or so? Which I wouldn't mind. I want to see Xerxes again. I like the guy.
I want
to see that combination really bad. Yeah.
Bradley, can I ask you about Cunha as well, please? And I want to know what you lot are thinking, but definitely Xerxes rise. But Bradley, what do you think about Cunha so far as a Man United player?
I think he's been fine. I think he was not great in the Tottenham game, but I think in the Arsenal game, in the Fulham game, and in the Liverpool game, and in the Brighton game, I think he was excellent. So I'm fine with him, and I'm fine with Sesko. I think we're going over the top with the new signings.
Yeah, I think with the Sesko thing, actually,
one of the best things you've said.
I have a question, Marcel, for you, right? Because I thought let's be petty about this, and I enjoyed the comparison that Bradley made before about the thing with Arteta and Partey. I just thought, who has the best mentality in football? Arguably, Cristiano Ronaldo. Someone's got a very good mentality. Back in June, it was the Nations League final for his country. Cristiano Ronaldo got injured in the 88th minute. And he came off in the final for his country. Could have just stayed on, couldn't he? But it's what's best for the team. Came off.
And in the Euros final,
is Cristiano Ronaldo's? Is Cristiano? Would you question his mentality? You know, in a final for his country there.
No, I think he attempted to play. He was crying, and he decided to manage the football club. He didn't walk off into the tunnel. He tried to strap it up. I think they've done extensive strapping on his knee in that game.
That's the Euros one. That's the Euros one. I'm talking about this is this year. This year he came off.
Okay, yeah,
in the 88th minute. That one in the Euros, you can make the example of the Euros. It was early on in the game. It was like 20 odd minutes into the final. This one is 88 minutes, same time as Xerxes, by the way. Sesko, by the way, which is right at the end of the game. You could just stay on, mate. It's final. You know what I mean? Just be a body.
To be fair, he's 65 years old.
I would instantly then go to the biology of Cristiano Ronaldo's body operating at 37, 38, whatever it is now, and the biology and the atoms of Sesko's at a younger age, prim. Yep, all of us have those prim and proper young age, where he should be playing and be willing to suffer at that particular age for a measly few minutes at that particular age, in comparison to Ronaldo's. Where, by the way, my brain instantly went to the moment where he's done the quite opposite to what you're saying of it, where he suffered. He decided, I'm going to stay on and suffer. He tried to limp around with the knee, couldn't do it, and then cried, went and managed. He was the manager. He decided to be the manager with his bandage on.
But that was in the 20-odd minute of the game, wasn't it? Not the 88th. Your point earlier on with Sesko was granted, wasn't it? Which was, it's only a couple of minutes. What's 10 extra minutes, you said?
Man, you got to be smart. Tyrese Halliburton, he was injured, bro. He tried to play on NBA. I don't know if you lot are like, no, whatever. But anyway, he tried to carry on, mashed himself up even more. You got to get off. You just have to get off. Sports science, bro. Don't aggravate it.
Make it
basketball, tennis, short shuttles. Football, you can rest. You can rest off the ball. You can rest, guys.
Not against Sergio Romero.
I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Rojo.
That's even worse.
Rojo's even worse. You might as well say Eric Bailly and Rojo together, bro. That's even
so you can rest against them on a mashup knee.
Just stay in between.
Get him on against Pepe.
Did you like Phil Jones's mentality of taking pain injections to play in friendlies? Good mentality. Shortened his career, but good mentality.
Yeah, maybe not take the injection during the game, but just stay in between the two centre backs.
That's before the game, Phil Jones, by the way.
Just the medic coming on with a needle.
That's fine. Can't feel it.
Just stay in between the two centre backs and wait for your corner opportunity. Wait for your crosses. Wait for these little moments. I'm pretty sure other pros back in the day have done this. Something tells me Drogba's done this. I don't know why Drogba comes to mind as well.
Maybe he's done this a lot. Maybe
there's a lot of old school.
Their careers then end at 29.
I'm sure a lot of those people on the pitch probably that day were playing with injuries, right? You're never 100%. But like we said earlier on, who's to say that the physio, the guys that come on, don't go, well, if it's that bad, then you've got to come off.
Yeah, that's a great argument. That's a great argument.
It's kind of obvious.
That's exactly what happened, though. They had 2 physios came on, checked him out, and took him off. Like he was getting checked out on the field by multiple physios.
I don't know if that's. We don't know, by the way. None of us know. That's why my point is just as valid. Even though those don't like it, and I'm so comfortable in that position. But
if he stayed on the pitch. If he'd stayed on the pitch and he got a really bad injury from staying on the pitch, the physios and the medical team would be liable for him.
Ruben Amorim would be under the cosh big time. Comes out, then the Sesko's got a 4-month injury. We've then got to go get another loan strike. We get Weghorst again in January from Ajax. Like it becomes so much worse.
It looks like he's got one already. And it is what it is. And it is what it is. And it is what it is, guys. I'm not crucifying him. You have to understand my standpoint. I'm just questioning these little moments of mentality. It happened in the game previously where I want little elements, and then this game ago, I'm seeing 2 big moments. Hit it first time. You know, there's a chance to let the ball run for somebody. All these little things. But go on, KG.
I just wanted to ask you guys a question. If we could only bring in one position this January, what are you not going for?
DM. Bro, all our lives change with a good DM. Like we all have better lives if we bring in a defensive midfielder.
Midfielders, KG, are 31 and 30 something. How old Casemiro? 30 Casemiro.
33.
So it's like we have 2 like midfield now it's not a young man's game, but it's a high energy. You need to be in the prime 22 to 27 game. Caicedo, Declan, Guimaraes, Pedri. These men are running, Bellingham, they're running all day, all night, all day, all night. You need that. We don't have it.
So everyone's getting for
left wing back. I
see the left wing back thing.
Really?
KG, what was that on the flexi KG? So I said we need, what did I say? I said we need like 3 wing backs, bro.
Because we can't attack down we cannot get anywhere down the left side, and that's a huge part of the problems we're having. We just can't do anything.
Right. Dorgu was all. Do you know what needs to happen? Give him a run.
I think he could get better. Yes.
I think Dallow's been given. I'm telling you guys, Dallow's been given so much time. Dorgu in that game, starting, not coming off the bench or nothing. He actually looked all right. Yes, Dorgu's Wan-Bissaka in terms of how he goes about his business. It looks crazy. It doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. We know what he's doing, but he's trying to do something. I say let him play more than Dalot.
Manage that.
He's a lot better than Dalot,
but I think you have to manage that because we have to remember what he's 21, 21. He should be coming in and
best players in that game, though.
Listen, man, I put Mount out over Dalot over there, but it's not the best argument.
I'd put Shaw there.
Anybody?
I actually want to see Luke Shaw there
right now, man.
No, we need to see that guy stay fit. I was saying that we need another Ahmad equivalent on that side.
Yes.
I want an attacking convert.
Because that's even why Mbumo ended up on the left, was because of this reason. We're trying to solve this problem because both Forest and Spurs sent all their attacks down our left side. Because then we're forced to try to play out from the left, and we can't. We cannot get the ball up the pitch from the left side. We can't do anything with it. So we tried to get Mbumo over there to help out.
Martinez helps with that. Big time. Martinez helps with our progression on the left.
Yeah.
But look, I'm looking at it right now, and he's been in the starting 11. 55% of the time. Like, what's going on right now? This is Dorgu we're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Even Amrin recently decided that Dorgu wasn't. He gave the spot to Dalot. He gave the spot back to Dalot when Dorgu was back on the bench, and then we saw what Dallot's been doing. I just think there's not much in it really. In the attacking phase, Dorgu's even left-footed on that side, and the quality just isn't really there. He hasn't.
Before these 5 games, it was more obvious when Dorgu was starting. He was getting in so many good positions. And if we had a really good talent over there, we probably would have. The game against City would have been very different if it was a really like an Ahmad level player where Dorgu was getting the ball before we were going down goals. There was a lot of games, Arsenal, City, the ones we were losing. If we had a really good player there, it would have made a difference. So now that we're seeing Dalot, we think Dorgu better. And I like Dorgu more, and he's young and he's got time, but he wasn't doing it when he started the year.
I think he should be managed.
If you bring in a player from where we brought him in from, 5 games is not enough to now say what we think about this player.
That's fair too. I agree with you.
Like, this guy's played 4 90-minute games. And the
we're saying this season.
31.
He played from January last year, though.
He started like 20 games in a row last season.
No, but we know what last season was. Who was good last season? I'm saying the team is more stable than it has been in terms of the tens and how we build up and stuff. I don't think you can really. No one was good last season. Now, when we look, there's more stability and there's patterns, and he's important. More important, what Dalot can do. I'm giving him the full run of games. There's no reason for Dalot to be out there. There's no reason at all for Dalot to be out on the left. Doing what?
I think but you still got to look for somebody in the market.
Yeah,
too,
I think you're exactly
because he's young.
Yeah.
He's a young guy, isn't he? Again, he's 21. He's going to be because I remember earlier on in the season he played against Arsenal when he nearly scored, and he did all right. That I think he was probably one of our best players on the pitch that day against Arsenal.
Yeah, he was.
And then a few games after that, he'll be poor because he's a young player. He's going to go up and down. He can't be the starting left wing back for Man United at this stage in his career. Maybe in 2 or 3 years.
Because it's only, I'm with you.
Yeah, but if it's a binary choice between them, it can. But if it's a binary choice between them two.
Never get him out, bro.
I mean, I'm with KG there. I don't want to see Dalot ever play.
I'm not saying Dalot's good. I'm not saying Dalot's good, but I'm saying in that situation, he's probably going to go with more experience than someone he feels he can trust versus someone he doesn't think he can. Because he's a young guy.
What do we get from Dalot's great experience?
Nothing.
Yeah, but this is the thing, KG. If so we're saying, right, put Dorgu in now. Put Dorgu in for a run of 5-10 games. By the end of the 10 games, we'll be saying Patrick Dorgu is shit. He's rubbish. He's never going to make it at Manchester United because we put too much pressure on him.
You've been able to see. I'm saying that you've been able. The other guy.
Instead, we can just load that up on Dalot, right?
On Dalot, he's more experienced, more handle. He can handle that. We already know Dalot's shit. Should we be killing off Patrick Dorgu at this point in his main night career?
We're just going to sacrifice Dalot to protect Dorgu's. That's fine with me. That's okay.
Yeah. We're saying we can. At Man United, it should be sink or swim, right? With some of these players, right? And I believe right now we've seen what Dalot's about. I don't think we need to see any more guys. Left, right, same performance. He looks like a liability at times. He looks like he's playing against us. Dorgu is quite new. I think let's make him the number 1 left wing back for now. If we can go into the market and get a new one, I would love it. But we still need to give this guy a run. Yeah, but I'm saying that.
That's exactly what he said.
No, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. He can't be the number 1. He can't be the. January's like 2 months away, KG, as well.
No, but I asked the question of who you're getting for.
Can I ask you a question?
We wanted a midfielder ahead of a left wing back. I thought everyone wanted
the midfielder one. The midfielder one, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if you guys saw this on. It was Monday Night Football last week. They got the stat up about Elliot Anderson, yeah. And you tell me, right? He's not exactly what we need, yeah.
Oh, mate,
This was the graph, right? Mate. Line breaking passes, he's top.
Perfect, yeah.
And then the other one was possession 1. So we need someone like Casemiro who can win the ball and play line breaking passes. Elliot Anderson.
Bro, look where Believer is on there, by the way.
Be careful. Be careful. You lot said that about Believer, and then we thought Kirkesin. I don't know. While I'm excited about him.
Look at those players, KG. Look at some of those players.
KG, just
Xhaka,
Anderson passed the tax. He played against our midfield.
Anderson is incredible. KG, just trust it. Just trust it that Anderson is amazing.
Everyone told me Believer was the next star. Just a few. Like, are you a believer? Do you not remember that? We just did that just now.
And even the 100 million for that. I was in the camp of saying, are we entirely comfortable doing
100 was too high for that. Elliot Anderson, I've been.
And then when we was doing the big 3, I was saying I prefer if I was to choose out of any 3 of them before this Anderson thing was being a proper. I was saying just bring him. He's perfect, bro.
Anderson is awesome.
I'd rather him over Believer 100%.
Are we now 100%. Saying when Man United didn't put down the bread or put in a bid for Believer, people wanted to crash it? So now we're saying Man United should have kept their hands in their pockets.
That's their
well, they did. That's what
they did, though. That's what we trust.
That's
them.
exactly what they did.
Discipline.
Yeah. They did actually do that.
No, but we were mad. I mean,
they did keep their hands in their pockets. That's exactly what happened.
The whole community was mad about that.
Did we go mad? I think there was a general.
Really?
There was a general consensus. KG, there's a general consensus that 100 million was too much for Baleba.
Okay.
We discussed it here.
We discussed it, and I think we were all like,
the community was fine with Ineos not trying to buy this player, even though we were attached.
No, they did try.
They weren't KG. They weren't happy with not getting a midfielder. It wasn't the case of going, we should have spent 100 million on Baleba. The general consensus 100 million was too much.
Yeah.
It was we should have got a midfielder.
It was okay.
That was the one.
Okay.
Nah,
the only problem we've got now is that it's going to probably cost 100 million as well, though. Because we did cover that, and I was like, even 100 million.
According to Ben Jacobs, he said the other day that Walt Anderson's price is not as high as some are saying.
Yeah,
but obviously that might change. That may change in the summer. I don't know if there's a sneaky little release clause in there or something like that. But
let me get
to get him before the World Cup.
Yeah, because if he goes, that's what I'm saying. If he goes and has a good World Cup as well, he's just going to be. They're all going to be.
Wharton starts though.
Can I ask a question here?
Wharton starts over him.
I don't think he does.
I reckon Wharton and Rice start.
I don't want to be the
Can I ask a question
today, but we are lying about this Baleba thing, you know. I remember.
No, we're not.
No, but you're saying we. I never said that.
It wasn't everyone. It was not everyone.
You probably saw 6 people on X and said that everyone's saying that.
He saw Academy Scoop.
Yeah.
I just everyone. Cool, no problems.
But it wasn't everyone.
We're all saying we never said it. We're saying we.
Bradley has a question.
100 million was too much.
Okay.
Go on, Bradley.
Even if we sign a left wing back, do you still think Dallo gets dropped?
Wow.
Yes.
Great question.
Depends who the left wing back is, to be honest. I mean, if it was a left wing back the same age as Patrick Dorgu, then maybe Dallo carries on playing, right? We're saying it should be a left wing back.
He's not dropping Ahmed.
And should be ready to play right now, isn't it?
I don't think.
Yeah, go get Nuno Mendes, and we'll see how good with this thing.
Oh yeah, just go collect Nuno Mendes.
Listen. You want to talk about nepotism?
Can we go get Elisa as well? We're at it.
You know. He says he's unhappy.
Let me get these.
Maybe.
Stretfoot, he says, Osman can miss chances, but every defender will leave the pitch knowing they had a match up today, and his movement and ruthlessness will create more. Nemgri says, Wagwan boys, tying that loud pack T, LOL. Still unsure on Ruben Amorim, but we need depth to squad drop off. It's crazy. Do you think Lamans could do more for the second goal? Maybe. Don't know. I think that's harsh.
Sorry.
Reflections.
I've got another one I just remembered. Do you remember when the whole community was considering letting Onana stay if he could bring us Baleba? Do we not remember that?
Wasn't that a little bit tongue in cheek? Isn't it a little bit like?
And again, KG, was that the whole community? Was it the whole community?
Was it everybody?
There was a lot of people saying Onana could stay.
Is the community in the room with us right now?
We hate him. It's fine. I just remember certain conversations, but it's fine. With some of us here, maybe. It's fine.
No, I remember that conversation, but I remember it.
I remember it clear.
Yeah, we also probably said the same thing about getting
if there's anyone to start going back and going, do you remember stuff? Do you remember when you wanted United to lose just a couple of weeks ago, KG?
I did. No, but
do you remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember doing the hammer him out stuff or whatever?
We just changed our opinion
in the past.
Wait, hold on. KG, this all started because of this Anderson Baleba thing. What if we've all seen Anderson play really well, and Baleba play shit, and we changed our minds and said, you know what? I want to sign the player who's playing well. What if we've just changed our minds?
What if, because we're saying that he's everything that Man United need, and the flip side
right now,
we do this with signings. What if we go and get Anderson, who's going to fix Man United, and it doesn't do.
I mean, that could happen with anybody.
Or we could go get Baleba.
That could always happen.
It could be rubbish. Yeah, Wharton, it could be rubbish.
There's no guarantees. I mean,
we thought Ugarte was going to fix us.
Mbumo could have been shit, and he could have arrived.
No, we knew.
He wasn't.
We knew Mbumo weren't going to.
We didn't know. We didn't know.
We knew we
what about
knew
Cunha?
that guy.
What about Cunha? Was he going to score 50? Was he going to score a bunch of goals by now? You know, and I think he's been good, but all.
Anderson won't fix
Do
everything.
you remember KG wanted? Was it Emmy Martinez?
Yeah, we wanted Emmy Martinez.
I wanted Emmy Martinez.
Experienced keeper.
We can just bring up things.
No, I'm
and
just saying.
Everyone wanted that to happen. Obviously, everyone.
How we thought there was one player that was going to transform the team just when the window.
I don't think there's going to be one, no matter what.
Everyone was talking. If there's one player in Premier League that's going to do it, we have Rio. Everyone talking about it. Look at him. There was everything going on, and now he's not the flavor of the month because he's struggling with the link and this, that, and the other. And now it's the other guy. But I'm just saying it can happen to the other guy. It can fall off the cliff. It's cool.
Yeah, basically saying that basically Elliot Anderson is the flavor now, but in March he might not be because he could be shit from now to then. So is he the answer? Are you actually saying? Actually, what are you actually saying on Elliot? What are you saying?
That's the risk.
I think I said it perfectly. Just a second ago.
Then KG is that.
No, are you saying? Do you like? Would you have him?
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that we're really fast on making these. These are big decisions, and we could be cussing again, saying it's never good for us. When that Belabor thing that you lot believed before, is he now a bad player because he's had like a few rough months after being linked with Man United?
Doesn't mean he's a bad player at all.
Well, no, I think it's more the case. Actually, it's just going in hindsight. We're glad we got that decision correct of thinking that 100 million was too much because it's proven too much.
Belieber was meant to be next summer anyway. So the whole reports was that we wanted to get him next summer, but we inquired at the end of this summer to see if we could move it forward. That was what the reports were, was that we were just having a look to see if we could maybe do it this summer instead. So it was always meant to be next summer anyway, in terms of bringing in a big expensive mid. Be it Belieber, or maybe the plans change and it ends up being Wharton, or it ends up being Anderson, or it ends up being someone from, I don't know, from a European team.
And obviously people wanted him because we wanted a midfielder and we were excited because it was a young midfielder that people that were looking at. But I think at the time, people were frustrated that we didn't end up getting a midfielder. But I think there was a general consensus that 100 million was too much, in the same way that a couple of weeks ago when Elliot Anderson was quoted as 100 million, we were like, it's too much. I mean, 100 million for United, that breaks our record. We've never done that, ever. Yeah. Well, I remember having that conversation with you, Flex, didn't we? We would go, are we like prepared to break our transfer record for Carlos Belabor? Because I don't know about that. Like
that's why I definitely do. I remember that poignantly of like, hold on a minute, guys, because like you said, I was in the excitement. Let's get him. And there was one show I remember it vividly, and I was like, "Are we all right with?" It was almost like what you're saying, Eke. I was like, "Are we all right with?"
You were the one that questioned him. I remember you questioned him.
I was like, I don't think this is I don't know if that's like 100 million. I'm not sure on that. And
I said 75.
Yeah, which is probably about right. Let's be honest. When we want to go and get one of these guys from the Prem, we're going to have to part with a lot of money. Whether it's, I think we're more comfortable, obviously 70, 75, maybe it might even be 80, including add-ons. But what we have seen, though, in recent years is the Declan Rice, the Caicedo, they are 100. They can be 100. And the way Elliot Anderson is playing at this moment, he hasn't put in the type of work that Declan Rice put in at West Ham to get to that level. But Caicedo was only at Brighton, 2 years, I want to say? I want to say 2 years, or was it one? Someone might correct me, but I think it was 2. And it was 100, and it was 115 million, and 110 million or whatever. So it could be that. And one of them we're dealing with Brighton again. So it could be astronomical figures again to bring one of these type of guys to our club, which they might say, nah, allow it. Let's go into France or let's go into Germany. I don't know what it looks like, but it's going to look a lot of money. But I like him. I do like Elliot Anderson a lot.
And in hindsight, quickly, we need two. We have 31 and 33 old midfielders, guys. We need two. So one won't do.
Yeah.
Right. Let's finish off with super chats. Eliza says 100-year-old Ronnie versus us with 10 men. Come on, guys. Mega says, had we lost this game, we wouldn't be saying this. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but we didn't. Max says, can UV give an award to someone who can get Marcel to admit he was wrong just once? I have never seen such stubbornness in my life. # monster mentality. Mason says, get Dorgu on, lad. And Super Arch says, love Dorgu, get rid of Dallo, get him help at left wing back. David T says, bring back my boy Amas or Leon. Amas scored his first goal today as well.
Yeah.
Stretch Footy says, when we see Dorgu for 5 to 10 games, we will ask for Dallo and vice versa. Get a starter and save everyone the stress. David T says, we'd also have 3 players out for AFCON. Baleba, because if we get him, that's another player that wouldn't be here. Mapuka says, KG, you are correct. We are toxic fans. And Strep Footy says most people wanted Baleba, but most people didn't want to pay 100 million. Runner number 1 says the panel is being disingenuous. Fact is, people said the same thing about Baleba. Anderson looks levels, but it's not a guarantee. He's young too. That's what we're saying. Nothing is a guarantee. Keep hold of Casemiro. Oh, you're for that, ain't it? You're on giving him reduced wages and keeping him. Bradley's been big on that. He keeps saying it. Give him reduced wages, but what them reduced wages look like versus what Casemiro might take and where we're at, I don't know. I'm
That's a different argument, but if he would stay, then
we talk ourselves out of loads of transfers, don't we? Remember when we linked Harry Kane? He's never won anything though. Played for Spurs. Why you played for Spurs? Like, what do you mean he's never won anything? You know what I mean?
Too old as well. No sell-on value.
No resale. That was number 1, wasn't it? Harry Kane's no resale value in Harry Kane.
That's crazy. No, that one's a crazy one.
We talk ourselves out. That one's
bad. And this was 3 years ago. This ain't even came out. This is 3 years.
He was 28.
Kante one. Kante one. Flex's Kante one.
No comment, mate. No comment. No comment. Listen, we were better off with what we chose to do instead of getting my Kante thing 3 years ago or whenever it is. I said it.
Pogba hasn't played the game. I know everyone was Pog back.
Hasn't played the game. He's got to get.
He's injured
again. KG.
No, he's injured.
Light on the everyone because everyone was not Pog back.
Yeah, that's not like the Baleba one. That's okay, cool. I'm just saying. Not like the Baleba one, the Pogba one.
In fact, I was probably say like 95% of Man United fans were like, obviously, don't bring Pogba back. Yogura says there's a difference between playing hurt and playing injured. True. David T says still not convinced by Amorim, but I remember people sending death threats to James over something silly like an opinion. They need to give him his flowers. Yeah, there you go. Shenanigans says the Athletic said United were willing to pay João Pedro money for Baleba, 55 to 60 million. 100 million was never on the cards. I do believe that. We weren't going to be doing that type of money. Dwayne says, just get me a wing back in January, push for top 3/4. There you go, guys. Big up. It's been a big show. Loads going on. Oh, there you go. Right near the end. There you go. Straight in. Oh, is that the right one? Oh, no. Hold on.
Shenanigans, I think.
Youngest average squad.
We have the youngest average squad in the Prem this season, which brings inconsistency. Are we in danger of going too young and losing all experience?
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to build a new man. You do need
that stat needs context because I think that includes Chido Obi, Tyler Fredrickson, Aiden Heaven, etc. Like if you go for the average
first team squad,
I think that because at Chelsea, I think play the youngest starting 11. Our starting 11 is by nowhere means the youngest. Like Harry Maguire, Casemiro, De Ligt, Cunha and Bumo, Bruno Fernandes, Shaw. They're all Dallo. They're all 26 plus.
Yeah.
So our average age is probably about 26, 27 in terms of the people that actually play.
Bumo's amazing though.
And that's one thing that everybody agrees on. That Mbumo's just. And you know what? Actually,
he's the man.
Yeah, crazy. And you know what? When we were all on that stream, when we lost our minds, when we realized we was linked to him, it's so lovely now because then we went 8 weeks and we didn't sign him. It was like,
thank God that worked out, man.
It got nervy.
And
it got very
not
nervy.
only that, but the way he's gone on, it's like no one can cuss him. No one can be like, yeah, when he paid Brentford all that money, no one can say anything. Just shush and just let him just continue.
Remember when he said? Do you remember when he said we overpaid compared to Verts and Isak's price?
Absolutely.
How that's aged.
I do remember that. Bradley.
Yeah. The best way to figure out if a signing has been good or not is see if anyone mentions the price. Yeah. No one's mentioned Cunha's price once, so you know it's a good, like across the football world. Ask anyone how much was Mbeumo, they've probably forgotten.
Yeah.
Like a Liverpool fan won't be able to tell you what the actual price was.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we just keep reminding them.
I didn't even see Isak come on. I didn't see
unused sub, bro. Unused sub.
If Man United
Carroll 2.0.
If Man United did that level of criminality, the marquee signing, the most expensive signing, and against Man City, Yeah, you can't tell me it's because you didn't have a preseason. That's criminal. They should be writing like they should be getting mental. If they who's the Lucas of Liverpool? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't even know, but yeah.
Right now. Anyway,
look at the scrutiny that Paul Pogba got, right? When he was less than £100 million, right? They've bought 2 players over £100 million in the same window, but they'll come good. Don't worry about it. They'll come good.
They broke their own record twice.
Remember when Graham Souness said, I expect that 4 assists from £100 million midfielder.
Yeah.
Well, then what does he expect from Florian Wirtz and Isak then? 5 goals and 5 assists.
In it.
Anyway,
title wrapped after 9 games.
Get out of my chest.
Yeah, good. Big up, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Big up to yourselves, man. Smash a like on the video. Big up for everyone for coming through, man. Big show. Enjoyed it, man. We're out of here, guys. Take care. We're gone. Peace.